Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Definitely. Always exciting to explore new academic avenues.
Today we're heading over to the UK. We're looking at the University of Bristol.
Bristol. Great choice.
It is, especially for our listeners thinking about studying abroad.
Absolutely. And specifically, we're focusing on what makes Bristol a great option for African students.
We've got tons to cover today.
Yeah, we've been digging through the university website.
We've also got some details on scholarships,
Plus, we'll touch on some resources for, well, the practical stuff.
like figuring out the whole UK visa situation.
And maybe even staying in the UK after you graduate.
Our goal, to give you all the info you need.
Enough to help you figure out if Bristol is a good fit for you.
And if it is, to feel confident about taking those next steps.
Sounds good. So where do we start?
Well, I think a lot of people might not realize just how highly ranked Bristol is.
Yeah, it consistently punches above its weight in global rankings.
For example, the QS World University Rankings for 2025,
Bristol sits pretty at 54th in the world.
and ninth in the UK. Not too shabby.
Not at all. But of course, rankings aren't everything.
True, but they do tell us something.
They're a good signal, about the quality of the academic programs
The research coming out of the university.
and how employers view a degree from that institution.
Right, because ultimately that piece of paper should open doors for you.
Exactly. It needs to be a valuable asset. And on that note, Bristol's got a pretty strong track record with employers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, High Flyers Research did a study in 2024.
What'd they find?
Bristol's among the top 5 most targeted universities
Wow.
by leading UK employers, so that's definitely a plus.
It is. I mean, especially if you're considering moving across continents.
Right. You want to know that your degree is going to be recognized and respected.
Absolutely. Okay, but let's talk about the academic side of things for a bit.
Sounds good to me. What about Bristol's program stands out, especially for African students?
Well, something that really jumps out is their focus on research.
Bristol's definitely a research powerhouse.
They consistently rank in the UK's top 5 for research quality.
And what's really interesting for African students in particular,
Yeah.
they have these specific research strengths in areas like global health and development.
Which are obviously fields with huge relevance to Africa.
Exactly. So if you're passionate about making a difference in those areas,
Bristol could be an amazing place to start.
it's a great environment to, dive deep into those issues.
Okay, so let's say you're interested. How do you
Yeah.
even begin to navigate all the program options? I mean, there are so many.
I know, it can feel a bit overwhelming. But that's where the university website comes in.
Their website.
It's a gold mine of information. You can find pretty much everything you need there.
Like what?
Well, you've got detailed info on all their undergraduate and postgraduate courses. They've got a really good search function, so you can filter by subject, by level, all that good stuff.
Makes sense. So you can actually get a sense of what they offer?
And they also host open days, both virtually and in person.
Oh, that's cool. So you can actually get a feel for the place.
Exactly. Talk to current students, see the facilities, get a vibe for the city.
That's great advice. But let's be real, the elephant in the room for a lot of students is, well, the cost.
Yeah, studying abroad is a big investment, no doubt about it.
But the good news is
Nah,
Bristol offers some pretty fantastic scholarships and financial aid.
they do. And there's a particular program that I think is worth highlighting.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
They're Think Big scholarships.
Think Big scholarships. Tell me more.
So for international students entering in 2025, they've got a whopping £6 million set aside.
£6 million. That's incredible. But how do these Think Big scholarships work?
Well, it's not just one scholarship, it's a whole program with
Yeah.
lots of different scholarships within it.
Okay, so there are options.
Exactly. Some are merit-based, for students with stellar academic records. Others focus on specific fields.
Makes sense. So you don't have to be a straight A student to qualify.
Exactly. And some even look at your leadership potential.
So it's really about finding the right fit for you.
That's the key. And the best place to start is their website. They've got all the details there.
So you've gotten into Bristol. You're loving your program. What about after graduation?
The big question. Can you stay in the UK, gain some international work experience?
A lot of students dream of that.
I know I did. But the UK has specific rules around work and immigration, and it's super important to understand those early on.
Yeah, I imagine it can get complicated.
It can. So, first things first, some student visas allow you to work part-time while you study.
Oh, okay. So you can start gaining experience right away.
Exactly. And then after you graduate, there are post-study work permits.
But I'm guessing those have their own set of requirements.
They do. It's not a free-for-all.
So what are we looking at here? What kind of work permits are available and what are the typical requirements?
Well, there are a few different routes. One popular option is the graduate route.
Graduate.
This one lets you stay and work in the UK for 2 years after you finish an eligible degree.
2 years. That's a good chunk of time.
It is. But to qualify, you need a valid student visa, of course. And your degree needs to be from a recognized institution. There might be other criteria depending on your specific circumstances.
So it's not a guarantee, but the opportunity is there.
Exactly.
Are there any resources to help navigate this whole process?
Oh, absolutely. There are organizations that specialize in UK immigration.
Okay, good.
They can walk you through everything, help you figure out which permits you might be eligible for, and help you put together a strong application.
That sounds super helpful. Do you have any specific organizations in mind?
Yeah, there's one called Immigration Bridging Academy.
Immigration Bridging Academy.
I've heard great things about them. They offer personalized guidance, so they really tailor their advice to your specific qualifications and goals.
That's reassuring to know. All right, let's take a break from all the serious stuff and talk about what it's actually like to be a student in Bristol.
Sounds fun.
What's the city like? What can you expect?
Well, Bristol is known for its independent spirit.
Okay, I like that. Independent spirit.
It's got a really vibrant art scene
Cool.
and a touch of alternative culture. You know, it's not your typical stuffy old city.
You got a bit of an edge.
Exactly.
Sounds like a fun place to
Yeah.
be a student. What about support within the university?
Well, the Students' Union at Bristol is pretty amazing. They play a big role in creating a really welcoming and inclusive community.
Nice.
They organize tons of events, clubs, societies. There's something for everyone, really.
So you don't just have to study.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the whole accommodation thing.
Right, where are you going to live?
The university website has all the info on that, too.
Oh, good.
They've got a range of options: on-campus housing, off-campus housing. They even have resources to help you find private accommodations if that's what you're looking for.
Sounds like they've got it all covered.
They really do try to make the transition as smooth as possible.
But of course, nothing beats actually experiencing it firsthand.
Totally agree. That's why they encourage everyone to attend an open day.
Yeah, those are super valuable.
Whether it's virtual or in person, it's the best way to really get a feel for the place.
Talk to the students, check out the facilities, walk around the city.
Exactly. And see if it clicks.
So we've covered a lot today. We've talked about Bristol's strong reputation, their focus on research, the exciting scholarship opportunities, even the possibilities for working in the UK after graduation, feeling overwhelmed.
I know it's a lot to take in. Choosing a university is a big decision.
It is. It's about finding the right academic fit for sure.
But it's also about the environment.
Yeah, picturing yourself there.
Thriving in that city.
And Bristol offers a unique blend. You've got the academic excellence.
And a really vibrant, welcoming atmosphere.
And don't forget the practical side of things.
Right, do your research.
Figure out the funding options. Get a good grasp of the UK immigration rules.
It can seem daunting, but there's support available. Like we talked about, organizations like Immigration Bridging Academy can make that process a lot less stressful.
It can. So as you're weighing your options,
Yeah.
I want you to imagine something.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine yourself walking through Bristol. Maybe it's a sunny day. You're surrounded by other students.
I can see it now.
You feel that energy, that buzz.
Yeah, feeling of possibility.
Exactly. Does it feel right?
Does it feel like home?
Let that feeling guide you as you explore your options. Good luck.
And enjoy the journey.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.